What's up, superhumans? BT here. If this is the first video of mine that you are saying, well, first of all, welcome. I am stoked to have you. I like to create content that's going to help you move, feel, and perform better, both mentally and physically. And yes, today I'm that jackass that's wearing two watches on the same wrist. That's for good reason, though, because today is part 2, deuce, of our Wyze watch versus Apple Watch. If you haven't seen part 1, you can do so here. In that video, we discussed the 3 key differences between the Wyze watch and the Apple Watch. The first of which is convenience. Number 2, battery life. And the third is cost. Again, that was just a super quick recap, but you can get into the details with that video. Today, we are covering the health and fitness tracking aspects of both of these devices. I am going to break it down into 3 different parts today, because there's a lot of intricate data, and I just feel like it would be so much easier if we broke it into 3 different parts. What are those 3 different parts? Number 1 is going to be just everything workout related. So starting a workout, what you're shown during a workout, what you're shown after you've completed a workout. The second part is going to be all the other health and fitness tracks, fitness markers that they track. So whether that's calories, whether that's food, so all of those different aspects we're going to go over in part 2. In part 3, we're going to get into the nit and gritty data of their apps. So that's where you're going to find the majority of the data, like the real heavy stuff. Part 3, and I guess there would be a part 4, which would be like my conclusion to all of this. On the Wyze watch, you've got one singular button here on the side. I do like that, so I'm going to click it. It sends me to the home screen. I'm going to swipe right to left. And to start a workout, it's in the top left-hand corner. You're going to see a little dude look like he's sprinting. It gives you a 3, 2, 1, and you're off to the races. On my Apple Watch, it's almost the exact same thing. I have a workout complication set to the top left-hand corner. If I tap on that, here's where things get different. Wyze watch, it just starts workout. Apple Watch, I'm given a whole list of different activities I can select. Anything from an open water swim to dancing to hiking to running and functional fitness. So I'm going to show you what it looks like if I select a functional strength training. So I click on that, and it also gives me a countdown. Major difference number 1 is that I can select from a ton of different workouts on the Apple Watch, and that workout is limited to one kind of workout on the Wyze watch. Now, what do they show during a workout? Let's check out the Wyze. So on the Wyze watch, I've selected on the top, it's going to show me how long I've been doing that workout. It's going to give me miles, my heart rate, my pace, and my calories burned. All right, so that's all the information that's shown. On the Apple Watch, I'm going to also get the time, the active calories. Active calories, Apple's definition is just how many calories I'm burning during a workout. And then I'm also shown my heart rate. This data that you're shown on an Apple Watch also changes dependent on the kind of activity you're doing. So if I go back to my little workout complication guy, we'll finish this workout. And let's say I go to an outdoor run now. Select on outdoor run. It's going to give me a countdown like normal. But now, instead of seeing a few of those other things, now I'm seeing rolling mile and average mile and feet that I've traveled. So a little different. Now here's also something. In the top left-hand corner, my dude is now running. I love this little animation. It's pretty good. But if I click it, boom, I get a segment. So it actually charts a segment. And in that segment, it's going to track the feet that I've covered, the distance, and also my average pace. Let's see what a swim is like. Let's go to like a pool swim. Pool swim. The first thing I'm greeted with is how long is the pool? 25 yards, average pool length. Bam, we hit that. And now, after the workout started, I'm going to see different numbers. I'm going to see my active calories, my total calories, but now laps, it's going to track my laps for me, and it's going to track the total yards that I've traveled. Okay, so major difference, number 2, between the Wyze watch and the Apple Watch is simply how much data you're shown during and how that changes on the Apple Watch dependent on the workout you're doing. On the screens, you're gonna swipe left, right? On the workout screen. I'm gonna hit the flag on the Wyze watch. Are you sure you want to stop? I hit check. It doesn't show me any data. All of that data is going to be sent to my my app, all right? So all that is uploaded to the Wyze app. On the Apple Watch, however, I hit end. Now it's gonna give me the workout that I just completed, the total time of that workout, the distance traveled, my average pace, the pool length, the laps, the active calories, total calories, average heart rate, the range in which my heart rate went from low to high, the date, the time that I did it, the weather outside, and then I can hit done. And of course, those things will change again depending on the workout. So I had a lot of pool data. If I'd done a strength workout, that would have changed. If I did a hiking workout, I'm going to get like elevation changed. Major difference number 3 is the sheer amount of data you're going to see after a workout. With the Wyze watch, it's none. You got to go onto your app to see that. On the Apple Watch, it's immediate, and there's actually a lot of it. On the main screen, if I hit the home button, it's going to take me to the main screen. I'm going to swipe right to left, and that gives me all of the apps or widgets, icons. I don't know what you would call these. Let's start with heart rate. And the reason I want to start with heart rate is because it's used in so many other measurements. HRV, your sleep, recovery, calories burned, etc. So heart rate on this one is the middle row, far left. It's the heart. You know what it is. I don't need to explain this to you. Anyway, when I click on it, it immediately starts getting my heart rate. So it starts doing the little pulse and 85 beats per minute. I'm excited when I do this. We're gonna get into accuracy and what makes up accuracy in part 3, okay? So just stick around for that. On the Apple Watch, I'm gonna go to my home screen and there's a little heart icon, very similar. Tap on that and it's gonna start giving me a heart rate. So at the very top of this screen, I'm gonna see my heart rate ranges throughout the entire day. So it starts at 12 a.m., 6, 12 p.m., 6, etc. Starts a new day. So 6-hour increments, I get a range. It just told me 78 beats per minute, and it gives me my last reading of 85 beats per minute 3 minutes ago. So now I can also scroll up using the crown. I can see my resting heart rate, my walking average, and my functional strength trainings average heart rate. So the workout that I did, I can look at the average heart rate. All right. So again, a huge difference. Wyze watch, one reading. That reading goes to your Wyze app on your phone. On the Apple Watch, you're gonna get not only your current reading, but a whole bunch of other readings throughout the day. One of the other things that I do like about the Apple Watch, and we didn't see it here, but it depends on the workout you're doing or how long the workout is. If I did a real workout, it will also tell me the heart rate range and the time it took to go from like a high heart rate to what we would consider a recovered heart rate. I thought that was a really interesting metric, and it would be a really good way to measure your fitness if it's improving or not. Both of these devices measure your steps. So on the Wyze watch, swipe left, top middle, and in this one, it's gonna show me my steps and my calories, all right? It's not, like if I scroll down, I can see that chart for the 6-hour increments. They don't tell you anything. You don't really need to know because at the top, it's just gonna give me calories and steps. Pretty easy. On the Apple Watch, this is your activity ring. Maybe you've heard people talk about closing the rings. This is where you would see your steps. So I'm gonna go to my home screen, the 3 rings, red, yellow, and blue, tap on that. If I'm scrolled all the way up, I can see how good I am at closing those rings. I just barely put my watch on, so nothing there. Scrolling down, I'm gonna see my move goal, my exercise goal, and my stand goal. So move would be my calories, exercise, and stand. If I continue to scroll down, I'm eventually gonna find my total steps, and it says 16. You could map a complication to your home screen if you wanted to make this much faster. Blood oxygen saturation. So each of these can measure that. Well, that's not necessarily true. I have the Series 4 Apple Watch, which does not measure blood oxygen saturation, but Series 6 does, and it does so almost the exact same way as the Wyze watch. On Wyze, if I swipe right to left on the home screen, top right hand icon gives me my blood oxygen saturation. So it's going to take a measurement, and it's going to be out of 100%. Anything over 95% is normal, it's healthy. Anything under that might be something to look into. I got 99%, which is great. So again, I can't do it on the Series 4, but on the Series 6, you can, and it's done pretty much the same way. So we kind of went over this already in the Wyze watch. For calories, it's the same icon as your steps. So it tells me there's a little fire indicator, a little fire icon, and it says 219 calories. With the Apple Watch, remember, we're getting total calories, active calories, and on the Wyze, it's just calories, which is honestly kind of nice. It's a little simpler, but hey, whatever. For calories, again, on the Apple Watch, we want to go to our activity ring, click on that, and the next screen down where it shows all three of them, it's going to be your move. So on the move, it's going to tell me 17 out of 1,500 total calories. 1,500 is a goal I set for myself. So I can actually scroll all the way down if I need to change that goal. If I went crazy and it was way too high, I could plus or minus those calories, no problem. Sleep is so important. If you're looking for a fitness tracker, absolutely get one that measures sleep. The Wyze watch does natively track your sleep. Home screen, right to left. In the very middle, you're going to see the moon. Click on that, and it's going to give you your time asleep. I assume it's time asleep. It just says 9 hours and 54 minutes. That seems exceedingly long. Sleep stages. So it's got purple, like a deep purple, and then gold. So this is a hypnogram, but it's like a really poor hypnogram. All the way down, if you scroll all the way down, now you're getting a breakdown of that. It says sleep duration, 4%. I was awake for 29 minutes. 79% in light sleep, 8 hours and 5 minutes. 1 hour and 49 minutes in deep sleep. Now on the Apple Watch, I said kind of because it doesn't natively track sleep. It does, but in order for you to look at it, you got to go into your app, and we're going to cover that in part number 3. But you can download a third-party app, and that's what I've done. I've downloaded Sleepwatch, and I really like it, especially on the Apple Watch, because it gives me quite a bit of data. Yesterday, it tells me how long I was asleep for from 10:20 to 6:45. Sleep, 8 hours and 20 minutes. So you can see a pretty big discrepancy between my sleep on the Wyze watch and on the Apple Watch. Sleep 8 hours and 20 minutes, yes. 3 days sleep, I'm on target. My average sleep heart rate was 56 beats per minute. It gives me a heart rate dip, but I didn't have enough data to get that reading. Restful sleep, 3 hours and 30 minutes. Rhythm was good. My heart rhythm disruptions, very minimal, 1% average sleep. So when you open up Sleepwatch, it's going to ask you how rested you are, and you tell it. And then below that, I get a hypnogram. Again, that's the breakdown, an hourly and stage breakdown of your sleep. Sleep. Natively, the Apple Watch does do it, but you got to look at it on the health app on your phone. Wyze Watch does it, doesn't do a great job, and I don't think it's very accurate. We'll talk about that later. Lots of third-party apps for the Apple Watch to do a much better job of tracking sleep. Now, this might seem silly, but a lot of people are super motivated by awards and badges, visual representations of the hard work that they're putting in. I, for one, would love to get the YouTube Play Award. It's this like award that they give you after you hit 100,000 subscribers. It's not worth anything, right? There's like actually, like I can't go hawk it for money or something. It's not made out of gold, but it's just like, hey, you did something really hard. We want to reward you for it. And you're like, yeah. Well, the Apple Watch and the Wyze Watch kind of do the same thing with awards and badges. On the Wyze Watch, you get 2. And that's it. So it's for your steps and your calories. So you can set a goal for how many steps you want to do in a day and how many calories you want to burn in a day. And if you accomplish those, you're going to get a notification It's gonna be like, good job. I haven't got one for today, so I can't show you. And you can only change those on the app. However, on the Apple Watch, if I go to my activity ring and I swipe right all the way over, I'm going to get a list of all the badges I've ever earned. And there are a lot. So the recent one I got was first functional strength training workout. So the first time I did one of those, I got an award for it. There are competitions, so you could set a competition between you and your friend if they have an Apple Watch. And if you win, you get an award. So this one, earn this award when you finish a 7-day competition against your friend. Get a point for every % you add to your rings. Up to 600 points a day. That's a max of 4,200 points for the week. I don't really know what those points are, but I won. Or maybe I didn't because it's not colored. I probably lost, actually. Limited edition. So these are special workouts for like special days, like today's or Veterans Day Challenge. You earn this special award by working out for 11 minutes or more on Veterans Day. Good job, Brandon. There are monthly challenges. So let's pick one of these. The July Challenge. You earned this award by going 106.6 miles in July. Cool. I don't know how I did those miles, walking, hiking, who knows, but I got it. There are close your ring things. Let's click on one. Bam, move goal, 300%. You've earned this award 8 times for tripling your daily move goal. Cool. If you're into that sort of thing, if that really keeps you motivated and keeps you moving in the right direction, Apple Watch has definitely got you covered. For the Wyze watch, unfortunately, this is kind of where the health metrics end. There are no other apps that you can add to track more than just these few things. On the Apple Watch, however, there's a ton, both natively and with third parties. I already talked about Sleepwatch, which is a third party. There are a few other sleep things that you can do, but some of the other stuff that Apple has done is quite incredible, to be honest. Namely, with their introduction of an electrocardiogram. With the Apple Watch, you can take an electrocardiogram and it's going to look for irregularities in your heartbeat rhythms, right? Like, is everything normal, or maybe are you going through atrial fibrillation, which might be a sign of a heart attack? Apple Watch has absolutely already saved some lives. I think it's pretty amazing that you can do this all on your watch. I just stick my finger on the crown and it's going to send a signal through my body and it's going to measure all those heartbeat rhythms and it's going to tell me if it's normal or not. Right now, it's looking normal. When I went into the ER, they ran a scan on me, an ECG, and it was very expensive. So pretty awesome that it has in here. Some of the other stuff, though, that I find super beneficial that we don't talk about enough is maybe the health benefits of meditation and just mindfulness. Apps like Calm and Headspace, you can do that all from your wrist. A massive difference between these two is just simply how much you can actually track on each device. With the Wyze, it's very limited. Again, it's only $20. With the Apple Watch, kind of anything you could think of, you could probably track on your Apple Watch. Now, when it comes to accuracy of a fitness tracker, this is a question or a statement that I get in the comments almost more than anything else when I do a video like this, is how accurate is it? Or somebody complaining of inaccuracy. If I do something on Whoop, if I do something Fitbit Sense, Apple Watch, it's not accurate, the calories aren't accurate. I promise you that 99% of your accuracy problems and issues come from two things. One, the fit of the sensor. You can see on me, I don't know if you can see, you can see like the imprint of the stuff I'm using. I've had so many comments where like, bro, you're wearing your stuff too tight. Well, here's the deal, especially when it comes to something like this. It's flat, it's wide, it's not very well shaped for a human wrist, right? Like the sensor, if there's any gap in which the sensor pops off the skin, you're gonna get a poor reading. For me, with my exceptionally skinny, bony wrist because of my Marfans, like, I have to really glue this on there. So almost all your issues are caused by fit. The other issue, in which we're going to talk about right now in part 3, is the algorithm, how much data they're actually accumulating. They might have the exact same sensors, right? They're both using like infrared sensors to get my heart rate. Remember, heart rate is used in so many different things, so that's why I'm referring to heart rate. They're both using infrared sensors to get your heart rate. However, the algorithm that dictates how often those sensors are reading in the Wyze watch is very different than an Apple Watch. And the more readings you're getting, the more accurate it's going to be, right? Because those spikes can be more accurately tracked. If you've only got something that's reading every 5 minutes, it might miss some of those peaks and those valleys, and it's not going to give you a really accurate measurement of the calories you've burned for that day or your heart rate range, etc. The reason we need the app is it's going to show you what I'm talking about. So I'm going to start with the Wyze watch. I want to show you kind of what's going on with the Wyze watch as far as like how often those readings are happening. If I come into my data and I tap on heart rate, I can see the heart rate range for that day, for the week, and for the month. It's also going to give me my latest heart rate measurement, my heart rate range for that as well. If I tap on any of these, it'll give me that measurement, and each of those measurements are broken down by hour. I'm sorry if that was confusing. Here's something. When you buy the Wyze watch, by default, it only gives you a heart rate when you measure. There is, in the settings, you can change it so that it checks your heart rate every 5 minutes. So this is what I mean by accuracy. Like, if it's not checking every 5 minutes, you're going to get a very like skewed caloric output or caloric reading, anything like that. Your recovery, all of those readings are going to be off. So I've switched it to every 5 minutes. However, it changes when you do a workout. So if I come all the way down into indoor run or sports, so under sports, it's funny that it's listed as sports rather than like exercise or workouts. It says sports history. That workout was 20 minutes. And I can see heart rate readings for 20 minutes. It's broken down into minute-long intervals now. So rather than it checking every 5 minutes, it's now checking every minute. However, something very peculiar, why am I struggling so hard with that word? Something very odd is that every 4th minute is omitted. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is missing, 8 is missing, 12 is missing, 16 is missing, 20 is missing. I don't know why they did this. I sent an email to their support team and they said it checks it every 5 minutes. I'm like, no, it doesn't. Like, this is clearly showing that it doesn't, and you've omitted it every 4 minutes. And they were like, oh, it's probably a fit issue. I'm like, it's not, because it's like clockwork every 4th minute. And they were like, well, we don't know. Below here, though, some cool stuff is it actually gives you heart rate zone readout, which I think is really, really useful. It breaks down your heart rate averages or your heart rate range throughout the workout for different zones. So relax, warm up, fat reduction, cardio, anaerobic, or peak. Now, let's check the Apple Watch and see what it tells us. All right, so if I go into browse and I go into heart and I click right here, it says heart rate. If I click on heart rate, it gives me pretty much the same type of readout as the Wyze watch. And if I scroll all the way down, however, I can see show all data. So on the 26th, I did a workout, but I don't want to look at that yet. I'm going to go to the 25th, and just because I didn't do a workout on the 25th. So here I can see that I've got a ton of readings, way more than the Wyze watch. And I'm seeing readings from my Apple Watch, the Heelbee, which I'm testing right now, and the Wyze watch. So any device that is also connected to the health app is going to be integrated here, and you can see exactly how many readings they're taking. So here's the interesting bit. If I look at all the times from when the Apple Watch was taking readings, I see one at 12, 12:05, 12:09, 12:14. Did I already lose track? 12:19, 12:25, 12, 29. So about every 5 minutes, just like the Wyze watch, it takes a reading on just like a normal day, not a workout. But let's check out what happens if we're doing a workout. Do those readings increase or decrease? How do they change? So we go to the 26th, and that workout started around 8:40, and I can already see that the amount of readings dramatically different. Like way, like pages and pages and pages more. So if I come up to 8:41, just on 8:41, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 readings. 8:42, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
6.5 hours later.
12 for 8:44. So now I'm getting 12 readings per minute, which means now every 5 seconds I'm getting a reading. So the Apple Watch during a workout is going to be a much more accurate reading than the Wyze watch. The sheer amount of data you're getting from the Apple Watch is, I don't know how to do that in my brain. If I'm getting one every 5 seconds, that takes 12 in a minute. How many minutes is that? 12 times 5, 60. It's 60 times more data than the Wyze watch. So to sum up the app for the Wyze watch, you're really not getting much more data than you are on your watch. All right, so I get my steps, I get my calories, my blood oxygen saturation. Really the only difference is that I can also see my weekly and my monthly totals. When it comes to the Apple Watch, it's way different. There's so much data, I can get lost in the data. Right? If I go back to browse, I can see all of my data for activity, body measurements, cycle tracking, heart, hearing, mindfulness, mobility, nutrition, respiratory, sleep. Now the Apple Watch doesn't track all of that. The Health app does. So you, depending on what kind of device you have, if it integrates with Health, it could dump into this. But something like MyFitnessPal for the nutrition side, if I add into MyFitnessPal and I tell it to integrate, all of my macro and micronutrients are going to show up here. Mindfulness, if I'm doing Calm or Headspace and it integrates, I'd see it there. Hearing, my beats, they integrated with the Health app, and I could see a exposure warning if maybe the music I was listening to was too loud, and Apple's like, hey, you might damage your hearing. Same thing for just like environmental factors, like maybe if you work construction or you're around loud noises all day long, you might damage your hearing. But me sitting in a studio filming YouTube, nah, I'm good. So the Health app is just massive, and it's so massive that I don't want to do it here because I kind of covered it in my Apple Watch versus Whoop video. You can see that here. So click on that if you want to see a more extensive look at the Health app. For $20, first of all, I don't even know how you made a smartwatch with a touch responsive screen in full color at this brightness for $20. Like, how did you manufacture something like that for $20? I'm honestly pretty blown away. Has it been good enough for me? Absolutely. It's good enough for me. Maybe for you, like me, you don't need all of the convenience. You don't need all the features. You don't need all the apps. I think in that case, bam, this is a great choice for you. If you are a person that has other Wyze products and you want to, be able to operate a lot of that stuff off of your watch, also a great pickup. If you're a parent and you want to get a smartwatch for your kids so that they can get the notifications, the text from you, and then maybe text you back, or maybe they just really want a smartwatch, but you don't want to give a 9-year-old a $400 watch. Boom, here's your solution. If you are, however, really serious about your fitness and health data, not the smartwatch for you. So if you want the best smartwatch in the world, still, I think you go with an Apple Watch. If you want all of the health and data tracking, if it's between these two, you get this. Now, I will say that it's a major con for both of these. One thing they don't do, and I wish they did, is they don't do any interpretation of that data. So they give you the data, but they don't tell you how to make sense of it, which I think is where a lot of people struggle. Now, here's a question though. What if the competition isn't between just the two of these? What if the competition is between a bunch of other smartwatches and fitness trackers? How would you like to see that video? If you would, let me know in the comments below, because right now I've got a bunch. I've been testing them and doing a full competition review of all of them would be really challenging, but I would totally do it if that's something you're actually interested in. So let me know. And while you're at it, let me know what you thought of this video. If you liked it, please hit the like button. I can't tell you how far it goes. Yes, not only letting me know what kind of content you want to see more of, but it actually makes this video much easier for other people to find, because I guarantee you there are other people that want to know what's the difference between the Apple Watch and the Wyze Watch. So hitting the like button goes a long way. Also, if you didn't like it, by all means, hit the thumbs down. Any of that data is useful for me. If you like these types of reviews, these honest tech fitness reviews, and you want to see more of these types of videos, hit subscribe. Plus, you'll be eligible to win some pretty badass stuff. I do a lot of giveaways with some really cool gear. I think that's it. I think we nailed everything. Thanks again for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.